We said all along that we're going to do fights that are at the world-class level, like what you saw tonight. You saw some amazing. The main event was awesome. The second main event was amazing. But we did some fun fights. We just thought that would fit really nicely in our future plans. So, started reaching out to him probably 3-4 months ago, actually, and finally inked it 2 days ago. So, I think that we're going to have some fun fights with Kimbo Slice in the future, so I'm looking forward to it.
Do you have a list of fighters that you have lined up?
I'll tell you what, honestly, I probably had about 200 people call me last night saying, I'm ready to fight Kimbo Slice, put me with Kimbo Slice. So, we'll take our time. I mean, we don't even know when he's going to be ready to fight, so we got some work to do to see what the target date will be, and then we'll go find an opponent that we think will be a lot of fun to watch and drive some big ratings.
Is there a ballpark at all, like summer this year?
Summertime. Try to do it summertime.
Summertime.
Yeah, that'd be ideal for us if we can make it happen.
Is he still able to box, or is this an exclusive contract with just you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he's committed to us. In between the fights, he is allowed to box, continue his boxing career. But, when we announce a fight and he's committed and we're signed, the bout agreement signed, then it has to be all about MMA.
Do you have to sign off on his boxing fights at all, or can he?
You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't don't even get into the details of that contract because that's between us and him. But I think that it's pretty loud in here. But if he wants to fight in between fights and we feel that it's a good matchup for him, then we'll have the conversation. But he's been boxing. I think he's probably had 7 fights since his last MMA fight, and we'll see what happens.
Do you know how long he's been training in American Top Team?
I don't know that.
You recently spoke with Fedor in Japan over the New Year.
Yeah.
Any warm feelings, lukewarm?
Well, I mean,
is the water cold?
Yeah, I mean, Fedor, he made it very clear he doesn't want to fight right now. He didn't say he never wants to fight. He just said right now he has a job with the Ministry of Sport in Russia. So he's running their country's MMA program for Putin. So he's fairly busy and committed to that. But you never know.
But would you be willing to at least come in as an ambassador for Bellator?
Well, we didn't have that conversation. Yeah, we didn't have that conversation. But, we just had a nice chat, and it was more social and getting caught up. He had his wife and kids, and, it was a nice little chat.
How are you expecting things to play out with Rampage?
That's really up to the lawyers. That's something that I can't even comment anymore. It's really in the lawyers' hands, and, I'm not even sure how that's all going to unfold.
So for the time being, you just count him out, or are you considering part of the company? What do you do right now?
You know what? I think it's kind of an area where he's got some, issues to go fix. And you guys have seen it all before. These things don't, cure themselves overnight. So we'll see what happens.
Georgie obviously had a really good win tonight. That finish looked like Bubba was asleep for quite a bit. What do you think of that finish? Was that a little scary?
Yeah, it was a little scary, and I know Herb D was doing everything he could to try to get underneath and look and see, but hindsight is 20/20, right? I thought he did the best job he could do, but it was a little scary, to be honest, because he was clearly out, and Herb was trying to work around him to try to really find out if he was 100% gone. So what I felt really good about was after he broke him up, they knew exactly what to do, and to get Bubba Jenkins back, and they took care of business.
Speaking of officiating in the main event, there's some strange, there's a low blow, eye poke, 1 point taken away from Strauss, low blow that wasn't a point taken away from Pitbull in his 4th round. What do you think the officiating in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, that action was so fast, so furious. I give John McCarthy a lot of credit for handling himself in that kick like he did, and I have no complaints with him. I think he did the best job that he could, and like I said, I think it was, at going 1,000 miles an hour, those guys had some great transitions up and down, back and forth, striking up the ground. I mean, I would have hated to be a ref in that situation. I'm sure all you guys would feel the same way. Would you want to ref that fight again? And no. Let the professionals do it.
Was the plan going in with Karakanian to give him a title shot if he won, or were you just so impressed by the performance? Was that a split-second decision?
No, we had dialogue already. So we were talking about possibilities. So I said, hey, let's just throw it out there, because if I don't, Josh Gross is going to ask me later who's going to get the next fight, and I have to announce it, and then here we are.
I haven't even asked a question.
Why him instead of like a Daniel Weichel who's fighting Pat Curran and he's 3-0? Like, you know, Georgie hadn't fought for Bellator since 2011. That was a loss. Why was this one better?
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at his skill set today, I think it's at the highest level. I think the guy is a world-class fighter, can fight anybody, and we'll have time for the other fights to come throughout the rest of the year. But that's a fight that we'll try to put together as soon as Pitbull is healthy and ready to go. Hopefully by summertime he'll be ready to go, and we'll put that fight together.
Did you get any initial indication how bad that cut was? Have you seen it yet?
No, I'm sure they're stitching it up right now, so I'll know before the end of the night.
Yes, two more.
On Kimbo, do you expect him to headline cards for you, or is he just going to be a name on the card?
You know what? We haven't really talked about it, but my guess would be there'd be other fights that might be the headliner. He could be a 7-man event.
You remember Cro Cop had a big win in Japan. You were out there. Can you speak to him at all about possibly coming back to the States and talk to you guys?
Yeah,
would you maybe talk to him?
Yeah, we've had several conversations, but I'm not sure to what extent he's ready to come to America and fight. But we've had some conversations.
He's got you interested in.
Yeah, definitely. If you saw how good he looked in Japan, it was pretty impressive. So, we're going to continue to see how those things go. But these things take time sometimes, and we'll see.
Anything on the Japanese front? Anything on the Japanese front as far as Bellator goes? I mean, you're there talking business, meeting a lot of people. Anything fruitful for you guys there?
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you. I think there's some rumblings going on in Japan, and I went to 3 fights in 5 days. I just think that country is ready for the next wave to come, and I think it's coming soon.
And will Bellator be a part of that at all?
We will definitely support whoever is on the rise over there, and so. Saki Bar is trying to do his thing, and I think he's got a really good shot. But there's other leagues trying to come up, and we will support them. So whether it's IGF, which I'm going to be signing in a couple weeks, probably Saki Bar in another month. But when we feel the timing is right, we'll send them our fighters and do some joint promotions maybe, and let our champions fight their champions, and let's get it on.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.